This is Real Radio. I'm Elisa Hilton. In the studio, it's Joe McElderry.
Hello.
Do you know the weird thing about this? We've never met, but because of the X Factor and Pop Stars to Opera Stars,
I've been in your front room for too long, haven't
I? You have, yeah.
I get that quite a lot. People just walk up and sometimes I have to think, have I met this person? Because people have a kind of connection because you've been in the living room for a long time. I do experience that a lot.
I must admit, you look so fresh-faced this morning.
There's a story behind that. We were staying in Leeds last night. I got up really early. I thought I'm going to go for a run. Got all dressed for the running, all the kit on, everything ready to go down to the gym, and the gym was being refurbished. And normally I'm diving out of bed and throwing clothes on and rushing to get ready. It was quite nice. That's probably why.
And good hair this morning. Good hair! Loving the hair. Now, we'll talk about your new album.
Fourth.
I love all the big band and the strings and everything.
Do you like?
With your voice, it just sounds perfect.
Oh, thank you. Well, the idea was, I've done a lot of songwriting on this album. I've always done either a mix of originals and covers, or the classic album I did covers because of the concept of the album. So I still wanted to include 3 or 4 ones that people knew, but did different versions with them. We've totally changed them, as opposed to the originals. I'm going to be crying by the end of this album when I perform it live.
Yeah, I know. You'll be like, I'm really sorry, I'm so emotional. You can kind of sing anything. The X Factor stuff, which was the pop star. You've done the opera stuff. So many people saying, you'll be so brilliant at musicals.
I mean, I've been offered it quite a lot, and it is something that I would do and would love to experience, but it has to be the right show. I'm dying for somebody to offer us a brand new Grease. There needs to be a new one of this generation. That would be incredible.
Do a mixture of Grease and High School Musical.
And Glee now. You've got Glee.
Yeah,
you could make it all combined into... Something needs to be done. If you're listening, Steven Spielberg, sort it out.
Exactly. As it will do that, yeah. Oh, brilliant. So, the album's out. You going on tour with it?
Yeah, album's out 10th of September. Single, Here's What I Believe, is available now on iTunes. It's just a digital download, because it's just a focus track and we're focusing on the album. I've got 2 album launch shows, one in Newcastle and one in London on the... I get all my dates mixed up. 18th and 20th of September, and that's going to be the first time people are going to hear the album in its full thing. So that's going to be kind of like a mini tour, and then I think we'll do the proper tour early next year. So it's all kicking off. It's all getting busy again.
I know. Oh, because it's weird, isn't it? It's because you kind of do something, and then people think, it's gone really quiet. You don't hear, and of course you're there. Working your butt off behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think unless you've got a single out and you're on TV all the time, people sometimes forget that you're still kind of producing it all backstage, behind the scenes. So literally from Christmas, when the Christmas album was out, I went into the studio and I haven't left until about 5 weeks ago. So that's where I've been, and I kind of made the conscious decision with the label as well to kind of not do anything. No TV, not even shows really. I've done the few odd shows here and there, select few, just so I could concentrate on the album, really spend the time on it. So it's been nice, but it's been a bit weird as well, because normally I'm always used to I'm used to recording an album at the same time as doing a TV show or recording it while I've been on tour. So to totally just stop everything, I felt like, I can wake up today and just have a leisurely run along the beach and then go to the studio. It was nice to have a bit of a routine, but at the same time it felt weird.
Yeah, and I suppose because you're in the studio, so there's not that many people in there, and then suddenly when you start going on tour again, it's like, whoa!
Well, the exact thing happened. I was in Glasgow, and I'd kind of not been around that many people. I'd seen the same people every week, and normally I meet so many different people. And I went up to Glasgow for a show and got mobbed backstage, and I kind of I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that this is my job.
This side of it, yeah.
I just forgot that it was my job, to perform. I kind of, I was so used to just singing into a microphone in the studio with nothing around, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, just remembered, this is what goes on.
Oh, bless. Oh, so we had your fans outside the studios today. We had a nice little few who came down. Have you got some really loyal, lovely fans?
It's lovely to turn up somewhere and see them waiting outside and show the dedication that they do, and it's quite nice because I've got, since doing the opera show, as well as the fans that I had before that, I've got a real mix now, and such a diverse mix of people that come to me shows and who come for different songs, different styles.
Yeah.
So I incorporate it all into my show and everything, and that's quite special. You know, it's really exciting that I can have different ages, different groups, different music tastes, quite cultural. You know, it's really special.
That's it, yeah. And then you're not kind of squished into like this little niche thing. You
Yeah.
can kind of experiment and play around.
I mean, it really gives a lot of freedom, that show, the opera show. It kind of really just opened up like the floodgates to so many other things, vocally, and you know, of where I could go with the album. You know, in January we sat down, we were in a meeting for about 4 hours discussing what we were going to do, because we're kind of, like, not in a bad way, we had too many musical directions to choose from. We're a bit like, wait, right, what do we do now? You know, so I really wanted this one to be like my direction and what people kind of knew me for, but at the same time shows a bit of growth.
When you did the opera star, pop star to opera star, did you learn sort of different things that you had to do with your voice that's kind of helped you
Totally.
out?
It's more the breathing techniques and loosen it. A lot of pop singers, and I used to do it, and I don't do it now because of that training, to get that pop, fast little riffs and them sounds, it's all about tensing the jaw, whereas an opera singer sings on stage for 3 hours, it's all a loosened jaw and it's all about breathing. So being able to put all the opera tuning into the pop, that just strengthens me pop vocal so much more, and I can do so much more with it. I can reach so many more notes. So it's kind of, in both sides, it's again just, it's opened everything up. So it's great.
Oh God! I must ask, did you watch it on Saturday night? X-Factor.
I love it. How did you watch it? I did see 20 minutes of it. It was my only day off for about 3 weeks, so I thought, I'm going to go out with my friends, have a good night out. So we were all getting ready. I put it on and watched a bit of it. Do you know, I still get that nervous pit in my stomach when I watch it.
Really?
It's not even the live shows yet. And
No!
that theme tune started, I was like, oh my God, I feel sick. So I did watch it. I seen about 20 minutes of it. It was okay. I wasn't blown away by the first episode.
No.
I'm normally like, right, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I watched it and I thought, maybe this series is gonna take a bit of warming to. But you say that, and then as soon as the live show starts, you're hooked.
Exactly.
You know, so
They were doing
it will
weird
be
little
great.
skits though, weren't they? That's what I thought was weird, when they were trying to get like the contestants sort of acting little moments, and it was like,
It's a bit like Big Brother, wasn't it?
yeah, it's like that was so staged, and they obviously weren't comfortable with it.
I think it's they try and change it every year. I think that's the plan.
Absolutely.
And I think the show is only as good as the people that get on it. So I think the testament's going to be is what kind of talent they're going to get. And that first girl that was on was great.
Yeah.
The one that sang our own song. So I think if they get more people like that, it'll be great. You know what? But it does take a while because, like you said, people have to connect with the people and the people that's on it, because then that's what makes you want to watch it. So I suppose as you get into the next few weeks, it'll get better and better.
Did you see the pink girl?
It was a little bit embarrassing, that, wasn't it?
I know, it's like, oh no, poor girl.
I just
felt
think
sorry for her. It's like, because she was obviously a bit confused, and I think maybe the producers had sort of said to her, yeah, go on then, go and do pink, and then you can
But I was talking this about somebody the other day, and I was saying, excuse me, I was saying, if you turn up to an audition dressed like Pink, tell them you're a Pink tribute act, they're going to tell you to sing a Pink song.
Well, exactly.
It's pretty obvious that that's what's going to happen. But I just think it's very aggressive to throw a microphone.
I know, and swearing. I mean, there were so many X's all over the
I was
screen.
like, is this X Factor? I've never heard this kind of language on here before.
No, exactly. So I suppose it must feel surreal, though. Do you kind of feel as though you didn't do that? Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, when something really huge happens in your life, and then sort of a few years down the line, you kind of think, oh, did I really do that? Did I really go through that?
Especially
whole process?
when people talk about it, and, you know, if I do like a TV show and they show like a montage of what's happened, everything in my life happens so fast, like everything, constantly, like I'm always somewhere else. So I never really get to just live in the moment and think about what has happened. You know, so it's actually when I watch it back. The other day, I can't remember where I was. I seen the Climb video again. I haven't seen it for ages, and it came on somewhere. I think it was showed on it through an interview or some kind of. I seen it somewhere, something to do with work, and I was like, I got shivers all over my body because I was like that scene. Like where was I when that happened? Like it's just. It is crazy, you know.
Just living through it.
Well, I still can't believe I get to call it a job. It just doesn't feel like I'm coming to work, because I have a laugh, you know, and I love going on stage, I love singing, I love like chatting to people. It just feels really strange.
Oh, it's brilliant. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us. Good luck with the album, obviously.
Thank you.
Good luck with more writing and the tour and
Yes.
everything else that you're going to be doing, which I'm sure you've got so many things up your sleeve and so many things that are going to come
Busy
along
few
once you've done
weeks
this.
ahead now, so, but all fun.
Yes, absolutely.